Transformers have been around for actually 35 years now at this point. But most people don't really know how they came to be. See, back in 1982, toy company Takara came out with a line of robot figures in their Diacle line called Car Robots. Now these figures are mostly robots that transform into modern day cars, as their past toys have mostly been robots that turn into like fancy vehicles like rockets and fancy jets and all that. However, they decided to go with this subline. They decided to go with modern day vehicles like semi-trucks or Lamborghini Countach, which was their first figure, which eventually got painted yellow and turned into Sunstreaker. And eventually one of their notable figures, Battle Convoy, which eventually became this guy, Optimus Prime. They weren't called by their names as they were in Transformers. They were all basically straightforward names like Battle Convoy, Jet Robo, and various other names that literally mean their vehicle forms and all that. So eventually in 1983, a couple of Hasbro executives or representatives went to Japan, Tokyo Toy Show in Japan, and spotted these guys over in and thought that it'll be great to take over to the American side to turn into what would eventually become the Transformers. So yeah, eventually Takara agreed upon them, and they brought him over. Now what is a great toys line without a story? Which eventually leads over to the comics produced by none other than Marvel, which laid out the whole line of alien robots from a distant planet landing on Earth and their battle continuing there. The comic book eventually came out in May of 1984. The first issue basically laid out the whole backstory of the Transformers coming from Cybertron with their eons-long civil war, eventually crash landing on Earth 4 million years ago, and eventually getting restarted back up in 1984 and continuing their battle. 17th of 1984, the first 3 episodes, More Than Meets the Eye, was released on TV and became the smash hit Transformers series, which lasted almost 4 seasons, a single movie in 1986, and then eventual hiatus, which basically led to many experimentations on Transformers as Takara left back in 1989 to continue their Transformers in there, which led to a three-part series that only exclusively aired in Japan. Now, eventually Transformers seem to have been, basically in the early 90s, seem to have been going out of style, though it wasn't until 1986 when Beast Wars came out and basically revived the whole Transformers series, which led to a couple more series, the Robots in Disguise, the Unicron trilogy, which consisted of 3 series, Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. And then 2007 came the live action films, which in Transformers community is constantly panned by everyone, which everyone would say that it ruined their whole childhood. But however, if you ask me, it's kind of brought even more people into the fandom. Yeah, the Transformers basically came out in three ways of the toys that were originally produced by Takara, and basically, given the whole American treatment, gave them a story and a hit-ass cartoon, which eventually, I mean, it makes them still very relevant today, and on their 35th anniversary, really adds a touch of wonder of how they came to be from 1984 all the way up to 2019.